would you like to see made different in the reform to make it acceptable to you?
First of all, the first reform about the removal of subsidy and, of course, the equalization of foreign exchange and the revenues that are coming on stream, there must be transparency in the sharing. A lot of monies were made, but were made as subnational to be getting a paltry sum. The rest are being kept without telling us where they are kept, in the pretext that if we are giving all the money, it will cause inflation. That is very unfair because the value of the naira has reduced. Yes, we are getting more, but what we were getting before was better in terms of value, purchasing power, payment to contractors, and even to our people that were paying, even to the wages. So we needed to really have more transparency, more collaboration, not to hold on to what is belonging to the subnational, and at the end of the day, come up with policy like the local government autonomy, which is just, I feel, is a form of blackmail, because you cannot deal with the local government without the state. It's a bit to jump over the state administration or the subnational to deal directly with the local government, which will cause chaos. So some of these things are issues that I feel. And secondly, the issue of the tax reform. Tax reform states, I hope you are hearing me.
Yes, we can hear you, on His Excellency.
The state, we have different peculiarity and configuration. Our microeconomic realities are different. Our orientation are different, even though we are all federating entities. So we should be listening when we said, if you bring a reform that will make me disadvantaged in terms of the takeaway to be able to pay salaries, most especially, it is not my fault when your ways and means in the previous administration has reduced what is coming in the revenue stream for us, for the state to benefit from NNPC. We are just completely dependent on tax and VAT. And if you make it disadvantaged, then how do I survive? How do I make it? Because I don't have any means. We are so dependent on the federation account. And if you are going to do something like a reform, well, some aspects are good. And the good aspect is that it will reduce multiplicity of taxes. It will harmonize the tax administration, and also engender private sector development and raising the tax to GDP ratio. But certainly, there are so many areas that I will tell in the course of this conversation where we have apprehensions. We are not saying that you should throw it, but you said no. Even at the neck, we discussed and said, please, try and foster collaboration. You said no, it will still go on. Some of the issues that will baffle you, even NEC were not aware that these bills were going to the National Assembly. Even some of the ministers, I think we are not in a military regime. Even military regime accommodated some of them, or those that have military background, accommodated somebody like the president, who was a governor, and he was able to challenge rightly the federal government. And heaven didn't fall down. But some of us are giving advice in good faith because we know him. He's a Democrat. He has really spearheaded a lot of protests against the federal government rightly, especially during the Nadeko days. But we are disappointed that even genuine intervention are seen as an affront or an insult that will warrant the kind of, enlist the kind of response that I got from presidency.